welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. I'm trying ranged. There's level 72. AFKing. Yep. And how about another level? Level 73 ranged. Seems to be much quicker than Fire Strike. Because it is. Also, it's a lower level, so less experience. Yeah. What we have here is all of the items that are not currently stored or just gone. It's a very small amount, and we can make it smaller. We can always get an Ava's accumulator whenever we want. That's very retrievable. Runes, we can always just purchase. Coins can go into the coffer here at Nightmare Zone, so that's not an issue. We can make a Ring of Life. We can store an Amulet of Glory in a stash unit. We can buy like 27 more granite bodies. And it's just going to lose us a little bit of money every time we want to get that back. But these four up here are a little more difficult to deal with. The magic shortbow we could always get back from a hard clue scroll, although it's not a 100% chance. The potions would be time consuming to get again, so I'd really prefer to use these potions instead of lose them. And then there's the Dragon Square Shield, which is basically at this point my prized possession. So I'm going to do the utmost to not have to lose the Dragon Square Shield. There are a few minigames that I want to do, and they all have different restrictions. So I'm going to see if I can't get inside a few of them. First test here, Castle Wars. We can come into the lobby here just fine, but we're not allowed to bring the noted potions. Going to the lobby unlocked a music track here, ready for battle. But there is another music track actually inside the game. So if we want to get into a game of Castle Wars, we need these potions not in our inventory. I don't think there's a way to get the Castle Wars music track without actually being inside the game. So what we need to do is be a little clever about it. And we should be able to make this work. Since I don't need to finish a game of Castle Wars whatsoever, I can just put these right here on the table. Get myself over to Castle Wars with a game waiting to start. Pop into the Gothics portal. And we are ready to join a game. For Castle Wars, you can bring in plenty of things. Just not any non-combat things or food. So, in the future, we'd have plenty of stacks of things we wouldn't want to have to get rid of. So, while we're in this situation, it's pretty much the best time to go and grab a Castle Wars music track. Game starts in 1, and we're in. Castle Wars. We're here. And we can instantly leave, because we have nothing else we need to do here. Head back to Port Sarum, and pick up the potions. The next minigame I want to check out is even more restrictive. Not only can we not bring noted potions, we can't even bring unnoted potions. Or capes. So, Abe's accumulator. Goodbye. Once again, putting the potions on the table. And away we go. This time, we are heading to Soul Wars. To even start a game of Soul Wars, you first need to do the tutorial. So we're going to speed through that. It has the same restrictions as the actual game. But it's required. So we just need to zip through this as fast as we can. Because we've got a timer counting down on that table. Here we've got a big ol' avatar of creation. Chillin'. Talk to Nomad. And here we are at Soul Wars. The whole idea is to fight other players, collect stuff, take control of areas, defeat their avatar, and win. First up here we have all of the supplies. We got bandages, barricades, explosives, potions, all sorts of good stuff. Next section here, we've got some Forgotten Souls that drop soul fragments. And instead of fighting one of the Forgotten Souls, we're fighting Zimberfizz instead. One soul fragment collected. And then we need to bring soul fragments over to the soul obelisk in the middle here. Running up, talk to Nomad again. But before you can use the fragments, you need to get control of the obelisk. So once again, we're fighting Zimberfizz to get him out of here. And with him gone, we start to gain control, since we have more teammates in the middle here. Add the fragment, and that will weaken the other avatar. So then you need to run over to the other avatar and fight him. He's still very large, and we didn't weaken him a huge amount with only one fragment. It takes a bit more than that. So now we're over here at the enemy base. We need to get past all the players and their barricades, fight the avatar, where we also will learn about Soul Wars deaths. You become a ghost and get sent to a graveyard. Either your base graveyard or one of the middle graveyards, if your team has control of it. And then you can wait a little bit to return to life and head back to the game, or leave through this portal. And that is Soul Wars. We also get a free book about information. And with that, we should be free to join a game of Soul Wars. Not that we really want to. There are some rewards from Soul Wars, but nothing we really can't do without or just get elsewhere. And you unlock all the Soul Wars games just by showing all the Soul Wars songs, rather, just by showing up to the lobby. So that's not a huge deal. But if we ever get into a situation where we have no potions, or any other non-combat items, or capes, we can now play Soul Wars. For this next one, the restrictions are even more ridiculous. So to give myself the best chance of everything, I'm enchanting my glory here in the Fountain of Heroes in the Heroes Guild. And that's going to allow me to use this as a teleport when I'm done. We need to go back to the Port Sarim table, because of course we do. The restrictions are the most difficult, but really only for this account. Pretty much all these restrictions can easily be avoided on any other account, be it hardcore or ultimate or normal. It's only the hardcore and ultimate combined together making all this so difficult for me. We're also probably going to want some run energy, so we'll rest up before we get going here. The requirements for this one are completely empty inventory and nothing on your head. So technically we could have Ava's device back, but not what we're going to have here. So we can wield this, and this, and this, and this. And we put the rest on the table. This is a fashionable outfit we have here. But we also actually need to finish the game here. We are going to Trouble Brewing. That game is 20 minutes long, and the stuff will only stay on the table here for 10. So we need to get over there, finish the game, and get back in less than 10 minutes. Which is also where the Amulet of Glory charge comes in. We can just bring ourselves straight to Draenor when we're ready. Needless to say, starting a 20-minute game is not going to get us back here in 10 minutes. And there's also a auto join at the 10-minute mark, which still isn't enough. So what we need to try to do here is set up a Trouble Brewing game with uneven teams, wait until there's like 5 minutes left, get over there, hopefully join in, finish the game, and with any luck, that'll count for the complete a game of Trouble Brewing Ardoin Medium Diary step. If it does not, we're going to have to get to a point where we don't have these potions anymore. That's going to take a few steps. So, hopefully, this will work. To give myself plenty of time to get back here, I've waited until there is 5 minutes left in the game. So we will see if this counts. Store the not allowed items on the table. Teleport to Trouble Brewing. And this is why we needed the glory here to get back to Draenor. Because we can't bring the runes. Because we can't store the runes in a non-head inventory space. Once we're here, we join the red team. Because, for whatever reason, only the red team has the ability to join a game, except for the 10-minute auto join. Join the game? R. So, now we're here in Trouble Brewing with 4 minutes left in the game. There is technically some stuff here in Trouble Brewing that would be useful to have. But for this account, and honestly probably any Ultimate Iron Man, it's really not worth it. You need to get points, and getting the points is pretty annoying here. Mostly you just want some buckets, and then you take the buckets, fill it with water, and pour it into somewhere. Probably over here near the water sign. And then you can get 100 points here, or something. Not a huge deal. But then you can take those points. Buy stuff from the shop out there. Get yourself some stuff. It's actually called the stuff, which will allow you to brew mature ales, which is useful for a fallow step and other mature ale situations. But then you would have to keep that as a item if you want to ever use that. It's really not too worth it here. For a regular Iron Man, though, probably worth getting your hands on. Instead of having to try to hope to get a mature ale over and over. Brewing is not exactly the quickest of things to do. And then if you really want some more points, you can actually make the rum. But that requires a bunch of extra steps and actually playing the minigame. Yeah. Run over here, grab some flowers or something, talk to some monkeys. It's all quite a mess. But we really don't need anything. We can come over here and catch a monkey. If we do that, we get 15 agility experience. We already have enough monkeys. Unleash the monkey. Yes. Unleash the monkey? Absolutely. So technically you can train agility here. It's horrifically inefficient at only 15 experience and then multiple chat boxes in order to release the monkeys. So mostly you're best off just standing around AFK. Also apparently, for the red team you can come in every minute situation, it lets you come in even if the teams aren't balanced. We got a third person in here, which is interesting. Let no one say that Trouble Brewing is well balanced and not spaghetti. So now we will see if coming in here with only 5 minutes left actually counts. Based on one thing I saw, it looked like it might need to be 8 to 9 minutes, which really cuts it close with our 10-minute items on the table despawn timer. So hopefully this just works. Also, we got the music tracks, which is nice. So that takes care of that. And that did, in fact, complete the medium diary step. Fantastic. Back to Drainer. If that had not worked, and I needed to stay in there for 10 or 20 minutes, my plan was to focus directly on getting to a part where I could use up all my prayer potions, probably chinning, do some Slayer, but then doing Slayer would also get us more herbs and stuff, so it would have all been a thing. But that takes care of that. If we had a bunch of other items already, like say 2 different Barrow's legs, this would have been disastrous. Because then, if we couldn't just store stuff on the table like this, we would have to say goodbye to something. But we've made it this far, not having to give anything up. And I'd say that's pretty impressive. Between quests with minimum inventory space usage and all these minigames, really does get a bit difficult here. Since we're on a minigame rampage, we're going to do another one. But this one should be very easy. No item restrictions. Just super chill. It is the Fight Pits. Another diary task in a minigame. This time we just need to win, which will be very easy because we've set it up to be so. We must fight. And to fight, we probably are going to need our attack options on, which is a little annoying. It would be nice if in the player attack options there was wilderness, never attack anyone, because that's a bad idea, and minigames, let me attack people because we need to actually do stuff. We are wielding a Glory, D-Square, and Granite body, so this slugfest should be in our favor. We are highly defensive. And all we need to do is win here. Also, we did an easy task at some point. Not sure which one that was. We just kind of walked in here. I guess walking into the SAR area. Yeah, fair enough. Achievement diaries is something we need to look into at some point here. I guess that's technically what we're doing. We're doing the minigames and achievement diaries that are in minigames stuff. So that's good enough. We are taking a little bit of damage, which is surprising. We're not going to lose or anything. I could always just turn off auto retaliate. Would also be perfectly sufficient. But this will get the job done. And down the opponent goes. And we are the winner. That is a hard task. The minigame-based achievement diary tasks are always a little awkward. Oh boy, we also got some Tokel. Going to make big use of that, clearly. So that is good. What next? That's pretty much all the minigames with significant item restrictions. And we already finished stuff like the Rogue's Den and Barbarian Assault. So that's already been taken care of. Just drop this Tokel. Don't really need that. So I think the next thing to do here, since we don't have very many items, and they're all tradable and easy to put on table, is a quest heading to Entrana. We just have the levels for Devious Minds. Now, it also requires 65 smithing, but that is boostable with a stew, so 60 smithing will suffice. There's also a little more complication in our trip to Entrana for this quest, but we will get to that when we get to that. There are a few items that we need for Devious Minds, and one of those is rune crafting pouches. So we've gotten some gear together here, full void and all that. Come over here to the abyssal area. We're going to fight some abyssal leeches. We need to get 3 pouch drops in order to have the pouch that we need here. And each of them is a 1 in 42 chance. So this could take a little bit here. Also, the experience here is worse, which is also fun. They're all untradeable drops, so it's very easy to see if we've gotten them. So I'm just going to shoot some leeches. There is the small pouch, the medium pouch, also a medium clue scroll. Well, that's not the same thing. And the large pouch. use these for rune crafting, but mostly we're just here for the quest. There's only a few other things that we need to get, and those are much quicker. So we can go and start the quest. The quest starts over here, outside the Pterodermis Temple, with a mysterious monk who needs some help. One of our skills is too low, but we can actually boost it, so it's fine. Not an issue. What do you need, random monk? They're warriors facing dangerous new threats, and they need a new kind of weapon. So they're going to employ me to make them said weapon. We need a two-handed mithril sword. Go to Dorix and grind it down to a slender blade, and then add a bowstring. That is all the information that they give us. We need to go make a bow sword. And right off the bat here, we already need the boosted level of 65 smithing. So I'm going to get everything put together to do some stew boosts. Only took 3 stews. We can just sharpen this mithril two-hander down to a slender blade. Add a bowstring. And there you go, a bow sword. How do you even go about wielding this? That's the neat part. You don't. Now we just bring this back to that guy. I hope whatever warriors you're getting this for know what they're getting into. Because this is a bow sword. Could you teach me how to use it? Nope. Maybe later. Here you go. Perfect. One more final favor, though. This sounds familiar. Oh, one small favor. Percolating through all quests that say anything about a favor. Always hilarious. We need to make a delivery to Entrana. They're having a special ceremony, and they want to give them a gift to mark the occasion. That'll work. Unfortunately, it's going to be difficult to get onto the island with it. We need to go through the abyss, hiding this orb in a large or colossal pouch, which isn't suspicious whatsoever. Just a glowing orb stuck in a rune crafting pouch, and now the pouch itself is glowing. Amazing. In order to go to Entrana, we of course need to not have some of the things that we have. And the first step in that is going to be emptying the looting bag again. Put a few things in here just to have more space for doing the stews. And now we need to immediately get rid of it again, because of course we do. Wouldn't be a trip to Entrana if it wasn't unnecessarily difficult. Step in the wilderness, destroy the bag, pick up all my things. And now, there's some things we can bring, and some things we can't. Every different place has a different item restrictions, and Entrana is no different. We can't bring any combat items, but we can bring jewelry, because apparently that's just fine. All the attack bonuses of an Amulet of Glory, they're good with it. We need to destroy the lunar staff, though. Can't bring that. That's easily replaceable. And so is the accumulator. That's not a huge deal. Steel arrows. A granite body. A magic short bow. And a dragon square shield. All up here on a table. Runes are fine. Noted stuff is fine. We are good to go. Through the abyss. Slightly dangerous. Running off into the wilderness. But we've got teleports. So we'll probably be fine. Anybody here? No, looks okay. An interesting requirement, having to run out into the wilderness. It combines everything that makes this account difficult. Having to go to Entrana and the wilderness. A suboptimal experience all around. I just need to find the Law Altar. That it? Yep. Law Rift. First time I've ever been to the Law Altar, it seems. And that's fine. Let me just run on in here to the High Priest and get them their special present. Oh boy. And here come in some monks. They've got a cool looking rock. Always a good time when you got a cool looking rock. But then, this ninja guy shows up with that bow sword. The monks try to stop him, do a horrible job. The pouch explodes, he teleports away with the rock. This is a disaster. The holy relic has been stolen. Adventurer, figure out who put that teleport beacon there. That was me. Why'd you do that for? Because he told me to. These orbs are very dangerous. No Ceratomus would even use them. So we need to return to this monk and figure out what is going on. And by return to this monk, we of course mean jump on the boat back to Port Sarim and pick up all our stuff again. I just know that someday somebody's going to be exploring the upstairs of the axe shop. We're just going to lose everything. But we really don't have any other options. They're very convenient, so it is what it is. There's somebody right here. Don't you dare take my Dragon Square Shield. It would be disappointing to lose stuff, but we could live with it. And now that we no longer have our lunar staff, we're just going to run from Varrock to get back to the monk. And what do we find when we get back? But a dead monk, killed by powerful magic. That's not ideal, of course. So now, we need to return to Entrana. But this time, in a more normal way. Where we just go to the table and then go to Entrana. No extra complicated going through the abyss this time. So at least we have that going for us. Once again with the table. Put the things on that we need to put on. Make sure we actually click on the table instead of the stuff on the table, because that doesn't work. And head to Entrana. We might need to drop the pouches here too. We'll see if they let me on the boat. No, it worked. They just wouldn't allow us to bring the fancy glowing pouch. It's too suspicious and magical. Need to head in here. Talk to the head priest again. Explain that we found the monk dead. And no relic to speak of. There was a dead body there. We're not entirely sure it was even the same person either. Relic was part of a ancient artifact of awesome power. So we need to report this situation to Sir Tiffy in Falador. We can easily do that. But first, we of course must leave Entrana and get our stuff back from the convenient table. One has to question if it was the quote-unquote monk that we talked to who took the bow sword, teleported in, and took the relic. The whole our warriors need a new weapon was more of a cover story. But also, the monks that he fought were like really weak. He didn't even need some fancy new weapon. Possibly that was just to convince us to go along with the second part of the plan. Get us all intrigued about what's going on. And to be fair, it did work. So. And he has a bow sword that he can apparently wield, so. It's all working out. Not for me, though. Also, free comm orb. Oh boy. Devious minds. Bad news. About that relic being stolen? Yes. The Temple Knights. They are aware of what's going on. We tell the story about the monk and the teleporting. And now we're here. Confirming their intel. And we also can give them the designs for that weapon we worked on. Not going to be able to learn how to use it, though. Unfortunate. We have no idea who the monk was, where he got that orb, or what he's planning to do with the relic. But it's probably no good. We'll get that relic back. Somehow. 1 quest point, 6,500 smithing experience, 5,000 fletching experience, and 5,000 runecrafting experience. Not bad experience drop for such a quick quest. Mostly. 1 comm orb. Destroyed. Don't need that right now. I think that'll do it for stuff that's on Entrana. According to the super convenient Ultimate Iron Man guide on the wiki, the only other quest involving Entrana is Monkey Madness 2, where we just have to briefly travel there. So that's nice. Getting all of these exceptions and awkward situations done earlier in the account is a pretty good strategy. But now, I've gotten some rune crafting pouches, and our inventory is primed for shoving everything else into a looting bag. I think I'm going to try out some rune crafting. Next time. Goodbye.